One thing that has defined us as a species is warfare. Warfare, while universally a terrible thing, has been the only true constant throughout human history. The Napoleonic Wars of the 19th century, the global conflicts of the 20th century, the interplanetary wars of the 22nd, all of them pale in comparison to the Covenant War. Like all wars, there is a pivotal battle that determines the outcome. Ordinarily, the victor gains a prize and the faction whom lost the conflict loses something important, but still continues on in some capacity. Here, there was no choice, no options, no treaties. It was either we survive or go extinct. The John 117 monument tells a story of a hero, lending us a hand and pulling us from the mud to stand up against an enemy that bested us at every turn. However, here at the Museum of Humanity, we tell history as it was, and not just the positives. Now we are here to portray the greatest battle of the war in the most detailed fashion possible. This isn't just about heroes or victories. It's about people, the survivors, and the fallen. The war began with the glassing of harvest in 2525, and from there, decades of fighting would ensue with hundreds of battles, each with an immense loss of life. When the war ended in 2552, a soldier who had been old enough to enter service at the start of the war would have been in their mid-40s by the end of it, should they have survived. However, the odds that an individual would survive the war would plummet the earlier they entered service. The UNSC Navy was the hardest hit, with it being reduced to only a few hundred assets by the end of the war. However, it wasn't just the military that suffered losses. All areas of life were hit by the war. It didn't matter who you were in society, your age, your job, income, ethnicity, sexuality, gender identity, none of it mattered to the Covenant. To them, we were a plague that needed to be eradicated. Sometimes, a single Covenant fleet would burn through a number of human worlds at a time, according to a series of declassified files provided by the Office of Naval Intelligence. One particular fleet, led by an unknown commander, was responsible for the destruction of at least 7 colonies. This commander is believed to have been engaged and killed in action by the UNSC Navy over Reach. Estuary, 9,270,000. Crodus 2, 15,370,000. Greydowns, 77 million. Bounty, 200 million. Mesa, 220 million. Alluvion, 337 million. Reach, 700 million. All of these worlds felt the might of the Covenant. All of these worlds fought ferociously. All of these worlds fell, totaling in at least 1.6 billion casualties. But they pale in comparison to Earth. By October of 2552, the casualty count of the war numbered around 23 billion. Earth would add at least 3 billion to the count, making it the most costly battle of the war in terms of human life. With these first installments, we are going to focus on Earth, with others arriving in the future seasons, much like this one. Every battle, every notable moment, every decision, every action taken we are going to paint a picture for you and show you not a victory, but a desperate struggle for the mere right to exist. The defining moment of a species, the heroes, the villains, the victorious and the fallen, all will be given a face and their stories told. Please stick around and watch the events unfold.